Welcome back. We have with us a very powerful and special guest. Monica, how are you today?
I
Welcome
am
to the broadcast.
I am wonderful, thank you, and I'm delighted to have met you. I
It's,
am I am a published author of two books, my memoirs, and a book on my favorite cat, with whom I had a very sweet and loving relationship. And I decided I would write it, put it into my diary, and then from my diary, I put it into a book, which has been published, and it's available on Amazon and other sites.
yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about the book. You talk about this very special book and how life is viewed through the eyes of your precious cat.
My
So
precious.
that's so powerful. Listen to this now. You said that you decided to relate Tatiana's story because she means so much to you. She's also a part and a continuation of Bill, your late husband. And so share a little bit about that with us and with our viewing audience.
Well, I had a very wonderful husband who died almost 8 years ago suddenly. And we were a threesome, Tatiana, Bill, and I. Bill was a graduate of Harvard University. While he was at university in Ireland, he won a scholarship to Harvard, and he was very successful after that. He was headhunted many times. Very modest man, a very lovely person, and he never had cats in his childhood, but when we shared Tatiana, he loved Tatiana, and we played a lot of games together, and we had a lot of fun, and we took her in our car, and we took her for walks, and she was aged 12. We had her for 12 years, but Bill went to heaven first. So Tatiana was a great source of comfort to me. And she always spent her time in my bed, and she'd be there in the morning, and she'd put her little paw on my face when she wanted me to get up because she wanted her food. Um, that was the basis of my story. And my husband had said to me earlier, "You should put pen to paper." And I said, "Well, I wouldn't have that ability." So I tried, and obviously I've been successful, much to my surprise. I'm a
That's
scientist by profession and not an author. So my two books have been very successful, and I'm very happy.
that's powerful. So you're a scientist by profession.
Yes,
And so when I hear that, I hear very analytical.
yes,
So
yes.
speak to me about when you started to put pen to paper to write this book. Something that I noticed here, you said you write about life as seen through the eyes of a cat. You talk about the lives of Tatiana and her brother Ginger. Now, Ginger, I'm reading about Ginger, and Ginger was really something else. And you begin to write, and it's like Tatiana talking about her life, Ginger's life, and then I see where Ginger was adopted. So share a little bit about that. It's a fascinating story in the way that you're
Oh,
so
and it's
creative.
it's word for word, it's factual. Ginger was the sister of Tatiana because Tatiana was in a house not too far away, and her mother brought her to my garden. And of course, when I saw the kitten, I fell in love with her. Even though I had promised it, I earlier on I had a cat for years, and she died, and I said never again. It was like a bereavement to me.
Yeah.
So Tatiana, Bill wasn't keen on having cats. He never had cats as a child. So bit by bit, he allowed her into our sunroom and then into our bedroom, and he couldn't go to bed any night without Tatiana. So Ginger, meantime, was horrible. And when Ginger would follow Tatiana, she'd race up a tree, and he couldn't follow. But Ginger was very harsh, nasty cat, not knowing that was his sister. So Ginger, unfortunately for somebody, went away, and he didn't live long, I understand. So Tatiana was very happy, and in a way, so was I.
So Tatiana was happy to get rid of Ginger. I
Tatiana,
noticed that Ginger was a bit of a bully.
a complete bully. He's a bit of a Putin.
So, what were some of the things? It's a fascinating story. Talk about Ginger being a bully, uh, and then Tatiana's life becoming so much better after there's this separation between Tatiana and Ginger. What was it about Ginger that made Ginger such a bully? You talk about Ginger getting the name Ginger because of the coat, the color of
Yes,
the cat that
yes,
it. Yes.
yes, yeah. Um, well, Ginger also had a very hard life as a kitten, I understand. And like a child, if they've had a hard life, they don't have perhaps a later on of a happy life. And I
Oh,
assume it's the same with animals.
yes. So the early life of Ginger was reflected through Ginger's behavior, I hear you saying.
Yes, I would think so. Like humans.
Yes, that's quite interesting. So when it came to the interaction between Ginger and Tatiana, what were some of those distinguishing things that just didn't sit well with
Well, he was much stronger and bigger than Tatiana, so he pulled a muscle in her leg, and I had to keep her in for some time and have her treated. That got better. Then he scratched her head, and that went. Um, I think it became quite dangerous, but I managed that heal it. And that was about the worst of all. But she was terrified going out in the garden. She wouldn't go out without me being with her.
wow. Now
She was
you
a very intelligent cat, like her mother.
yes, you mentioned
That's
something I find quite interesting. You said that yourself and your beloved husband Bill would go on walks with
yes,
Tatiana
we would.
outside.
Yes, if they are taught early on to go walking or to follow you, not on a lead, but to follow us, she would always come for a walk with us.
Mm. So now, how would you train a cat? Would you have a leash, or how would you do that
No,
initially?
she wouldn't take, she'd tear the leash off her. She would
My,
not accept it because she didn't have it on as a kitten. She would just walk behind us and go into various gardens and come back to us and then back home with us.
now that's quite interesting because you don't often see
No,
cats
no,
out
how true.
walking.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. She was, as I said, obviously she was intelligent, like a lot of cats are intelligent. I heard a very good broadcast from BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation, and the animal nearest to thinking and nearest to a human in thinking is a cat. I thought it would be a dog, but they said no, it's a cat.
Oh wow,
Yeah, that was news to me.
that is interesting. Quite
Yes.
interesting. So, what would be some of the things that you would like for our viewing audience to know about the book and reasons why they should? You said the book is very successful. What would be some things that you would like our viewing audience to know about the book?
Basically, I would hope that uh, the love that I've shown in my writings, it would influence not just children, all ages. And I hope it is a lesson to those who like cats or who don't like cats, that they will treat these wonderful animals, wonderfully intelligent animals, like they are like humans. And I hope that my lessons in my writings will be um, advantageous to others.
Wow, to understand it because to some degree we are more prone. Those of us who haven't had cats, we see on a large scale that people are more prone to connect or adapt to dogs.
Very true. Yes, they say that cats are selfish. Cats are not selfish. Cats are very loving, very demanding, mind you. Cats uh, they say, have slaves. Dogs have masters.
Now, unpack that again. Cats have slaves, dogs have masters.
Yes.
How would you unpack a little bit about that? What do you mean
Well,
when you say that?
dogs are obedient and they will do what the master asks. Cats will do their own thing.
Wow.
They are
So
not selfish, but they are, people say they are. They are not selfish, they're just different to dogs and more loving.
they're different from dogs and more loving, but at the
Yes.
same time, I hear you saying they're very temperamental and demanding.
Cats are yes, they are demanding, but so are dogs, but in a different manner.
That's quite interesting when I hear you say that. Wow. Dogs have masters where they're going to be obedient. Cats have slaves where the cat's going to want you to adjust to
Yes,
them.
yeah. The cat is the boss.
Wow, that is quite interesting. That may give a little insight as to why people sort of lean toward the dog and don't gravitate toward the cat. I recall a friend of mine had a cat, and when I would go over to their home, that cat was guaranteed to come to me
Oh yes,
and rub up against me. And they said I forget the cat's name, but said, you know, she loves you. I said I don't know why she loved me. They say you see how she always come to you. I'm like, you know what? You need to get this cat. But that cat
yes,
was determined. I'm going to be over there next to you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So when you said what you just said, I said, okay, that's the temperament of that cat.
yeah. But you know, they sense those who love them and those who don't love them.
Wow, that is so
I would say
interesting.
they almost have a sixth sense, like you, like some women.
Cats have a sixth sense. Listen, we have 1 minute left. I want you to take
Oh,
the
thank
time
you. That's
to do
short.
this. Share your website information, how people can get the book, any contact information that you might want to share with our audience.
My book is on where is
Amazon.
it? Amazon and I think and Facebook, both, yeah. And it's on sale many places in America. I think that uh, Disney are also interested.
Interesting. What's a
Yeah,
website? Is there a website, contact information? 30 seconds.
the website is Amazon and Facebook.
Okay. So you don't have a personal website that you want to give out to where people can contact
No,
you.
no,
Okay. All right.
yeah,
So
not for the moment.
excellent. Well, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Such a
Lovely meeting
fascinating
you.
book. Oh, it's our
Thank you.
pleasure. Our pleasure meeting you. Such a fascinating book about the life of Tatiana and the bully Ginger.
Thank you, thank you. I hope I meet you again.
Yes, we're looking forward to it. Thank you for joining us for another episode. And we look forward to seeing you all again right here for Books of the Month.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure meeting you, and thank you for your kindness.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.